Hi guys, Squirrel here, and in this video I'm going to look at the ASUS Zen AiO PC. Is this an iMac killer? Let's start off by unboxing the ASUS Zen AiO PC. This thing weighs about 7 kilograms, and as you can see, it's pretty well packaged. Inside the box is the following contents. You've got the PC itself, you've got the power supply, which is separate from the power lead, you've got a wireless mouse, a wireless keyboard, and some batteries. You've also got some various leaflets, including the warranty card and a quick start guide. Having got the whole thing unboxed, I only had to remove the protective cover, and it's at that point that I got my first look at the one-piece aluminium construction of the body. You can see it's got this kind of horizontal brush metal effect. It looks stunning. The keyboard I noticed was a full-size keyboard, including a numeric keypad. So I put the batteries into that. I then put the batteries into the mouse and removed the little USB dongle out of the mouse and took a look around the back of the PC. On the bottom left is the power button, followed by the micro SD card slot, and a microphone and headphone jack. Through the gap in the stand arm, you'll find a LAN port, a Kensington security slot, and the power input. Next comes the HDMI output ports for connecting external monitors, a bank of USB 3 ports, a USB 2 port, and a USB 3.1 Type-C port. The USB 3.1 Type-C port is quite new. It has a reversible connector, transfer rates up to 10 gigabits per second, is backwardly compatible, and is twice as fast as USB 3. You can even charge up a laptop with it. Along the bottom front edge are ventilation slots as well as 6 speakers. Whilst on the top of the front screen you'll find a RealSense 3D scanning biometric camera. This allows you to interact with the PC in the same way that you might with an Xbox One Kinect. Gestural features are supported, as well as Windows 10 biometric login. You can log into Windows simply by sitting in front of the computer. When you look at the outside of the ASUS Zen AiO, you realise that it's made out of metal and glass and quite clearly aimed at the iMac market. The outside is beautiful, but what is it like inside? What does it perform like? Well, it has a 24-inch 4K tilting touchscreen. That's 3840 by 2160 pixels, making it an Ultra HD display. That's the equivalent of 4 1080 HD windows tiled into 4 quadrants on the display. That's a heck of a resolution. The display itself is 100% sRGB color gamut, which basically means it's going to accurately reproduce color. In terms of power, inside it packs an Intel i7 6700T Skylake CPU. That's a quad-core CPU clocked at 2.8 GHz. It runs at 3.6 GHz with a turbo boost and gives you an effective 8 cores with hyper-threading. It has 16 GB of DDR4 RAM. It has a GTX 960M nVidia graphics card, packing 4 GB of GDDR4 RAM. It has a 1TB hard drive. It has ultra-fast dual-band Wi-Fi, 6 built-in speakers, a built-in microphone, a 180-watt power supply, and it weighs about 7.3 kilograms. So I decided to put it to the test. I fired up American Truck Simulator, and I also fired up one of my favourite benchmarking programs. Now do bear in mind that this is not a gaming PC, this is an all-in-one desktop. Nevertheless, the GTX 680 coupled with that i7 processor meant that I could play American Truck Simulator in high detail 1080p with a rock-solid 60 FPS. With 3D Mark's Skydiver 1 test, it scored a very respectable 13,332. Now that's about 2/3 of the way to a good gaming PC. But don't be thinking that because this thing has a 4K display on it, you'll be able to play 4K games. It simply won't do it. You'll need to play games in 1080p. So if you can't play games in 4K, what is the point in having a 4K screen? Well, this PC is specifically aimed at an all-in-one desktop, and where it really shines is in video, photographic stuff, watching YouTube, editing videos, Photoshop, viewing your family pictures, watching movies. The 4K screen on this thing is incredible. For general homework, office work, 16 gig of RAM, i7 processor will cope with anything you can throw at it. The form factor itself is a great design. It takes up very little space on the desk. The wireless keyboard and mouse is convenient, and it means it has minimal wires, and at the end of the day you can put the keyboard conveniently under the screen and get it completely out of the way. So what are the bad points? Well, for me, the hard drive is a little bit sluggish. It's 5400 RPM 1TB drive. I would have liked to have seen the operating system on an SSD and the hard drive for all of my data. That would have made it a much more usable multimedia computer. Because it's a sealed unit, if you're the kind of person that doesn't like upgrading your PC, then this is perfect for you. But if you ever want to open it and perhaps fit a new hard drive, you're going to find it a little bit tricky. You're going to have to try and find the screws. But if you love the style of the iMac, but you're very much fixed in the Windows camp, this PC Mag Editor's Choice PC is a dream. Its performance is amongst some of the best all-in-one desktops. It's a great all-round workhorse, great at multimedia stuff, and able to play games in 1080p at high resolution and frame rates. That concludes my review of the ASUS Zen AiO PC. I hope you found this video review useful. Links to the machine are in the video description. Please give me a like if you enjoyed it. Until next time, take care.